Good morning. I am glad to come here with you today. I have Miss Becky Wood and Miss Christina Coulter from ABC Women's Clinic. And one of the reasons why we're doing this interview today is that our Sunday night offering for the month of January goes to support this important ministry. And if you're watching and you're not sure, well, what's a Sunday night offering? Well, here at First Eastman, everything that we take up on Sunday evenings always goes to support a different ministry every month. And so for the month of January, it is ABC Women's Clinic. We chose that for a reason. This is Sanctity of Human Life Month. And so we couldn't think of a better ministry to support than ABC Women's Clinic. Now, Becky is the CEO of ABC Women's Clinic, and Christina is the clinic director. So ladies, I'm just going to throw it right out to you. I know not everyone may be familiar with what y'all do. So tell us a little bit about your ministry and everything that you do in Central Georgia.
Christine, you want to go ahead and just give an overview, and then I've got the numbers and so forth.
Well, so what we are is a pregnancy medical clinic, and we see women who are wanting to know for sure if they're actually pregnant. We do urine pregnancy testing. If that test is positive, we do an ultrasound, a limited obstetrical ultrasound to let her know exactly how far along she is. We do a lot of education. We give them referrals for things in the community for if they need material assistance, if they need an OBGYN, those kind of things. We try to get them plugged in. We share the gospel with every woman who comes into our clinic. So that's kind of what we do in a nutshell. We're here for her in a moment of crisis, and we are being the hands and feet of Jesus and sharing the gospel.
Wow, that's great. You guys do a lot there then in your ministry. Now, Becky, you said you had some numbers for us. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it just thrills my heart every year when we look at how God has moved. And even in the midst of this COVID mess where we have had to limit our services and cut down on numbers of appointments because of doing extra cleaning and just so many things. And the fear that's out there for people to come into a medical clinic. 101 at-risk women chose life for their babies. And equally as important, in fact, more important for eternity, is 71 made the choice to know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. And that, I can't think of a more rewarding, more important thing than people making that choice to know the one change agent that can really change a heart, and that's Jesus Christ.
Amen. You know, Sunday morning, I'm going to be preaching on the sanctity of human life. And I've always said there's two prongs when it comes to contending for this issue. It's persuasive argumentation, but it's also gospel proclamation.
That's right.
And so I am so glad to hear that you do all of that. You know, we're of course trying to support you guys financially, but what would you say are your current greatest needs that you have right now?
Prayer, always the most important. The warfare against this type of ministry and us in particular, it is ongoing and it's relentless. And it seems as if the heat has been turned up because personally we're being attacked in our families and those kind of things. God is being faithful to bless and to keep, but you know how the enemy works. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but our God is greater. And we know that we have the victory, but it comes because his people pray, because we're faithful, willing, and obedient. And apart from prayer, which like I said, I absolutely believe that's the most important thing anybody can do for us is prayer. Amen. Because God answers prayer. He said the fervent prayer of the righteous avail much. And I know that it's the prayers of the saints that is the reason we're here. It's the reason he has blessed us and given us such a strong year end in 2020 when things should have been in the tank. But God has been faithful. I was just pulling the numbers of women who have had abortions in the different counties. And we don't have 2020 numbers yet, but we do have 2019 numbers. And I was so distressed because in so many counties, it's increased. In about 7 of our 14 counties, it has decreased, but in about 7, it has increased. And Lawrence and Dodge are both, some of those have increased. And so that's very distressing, very distressing. But we know that God has got a plan for all of it, and we can rejoice knowing He's faithful and He'll finish what He began.
Well, we have absolutely no way of knowing who's going to see this. I mean, it's amazing the way God can use a video.
That's right.
So let me ask you, you've got a young lady out there. She's found herself pregnant. She doesn't know what to do, where to turn. How does she get in contact with you guys?
Christina?
She can call our scheduling line, which is 478-275-9500. And the lady who mans our scheduling line will be glad to make an appointment for her to get her in here so that she can take advantage of the services that we offer, which of course are, all free of charge to any woman who comes in. We're going to get her all the information that she needs, answer any questions that she has. Our nurse is very knowledgeable and is going to go over all of her options with her and just, provide a safe space for her to think through all the decisions that she has in front of her about the pregnancy.
The obvious goal is preventing abortions. That's one of the things that we hit on, but there's just so many other needs besides that. And so I appreciate so much what you guys are doing outside of just what we typically think of in the pro-life movement as preventing abortions, because, we've got to do more than just that. We've got to be able to come alongside and to help and to get them through this time. And sometimes that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. Financially speaking, roughly what does it take for you guys to operate on a yearly basis?
Well, it's interesting. Just Tuesday, our board approved our budget for 2021. It's around $365,000. And people say, what? But we have nurses on staff. Yeah. We have to market to these women because they don't find out about us if we don't put our name out there. We have 5 people on staff, but that includes 2 additional positions because we need another nurse. And I'm going to be retiring next year. Christina, who's been with me 15 years, is going to step into my place. And we have to find somebody who can do that administrative stuff and that oversight that she has done. So those are 2 positions that we have to fill. So those are included in that budget. Fortunately, God has blessed us. We own this building outright. So we just have power and utilities and those kind of things, operating monies. But we have to have training. We have to train nurses in ultrasound. That's very expensive. It's very time consuming. Any nurse can do the process here, but to do the limited scans, they have to have special training, which is costly and time consuming. And so that's a big expense as well. That's included in that budget. So.
Okay, well, actually, I think it's pretty amazing you guys do what you do for that amount of money. So, but we're so thankful for it. Listen, I'm going to close out by asking one quick question. I'm not sure if you know any specifics, but just for our folks here in Eastman and Dodge County area, how many people do you see? Do you see many from our area? I know you're concerned about all of Central Georgia, as we are, but for our folks right here at home, what do you see in there?
Okay, I just ran that report, so I would have that information for you.
Great.
And from the zip codes in Dodge County, last year, we saw 17 women, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 17 women out of seeing 150 women, that's more than 10% came from that one county. So we're real pleased with that.
Well, I'll tell you what I think about that, Becky. That's 17 family trees to get changed right there.
That's exactly right.
And there's no way to put a number on that. So God bless you and we thank you. Ladies, thank you so much for what you do. We're not only going to try to support you financially, we're going to pray for you. And I just hope that God uses you and continues to use you in great ways. And I really appreciate y'all taking the time to share with us today to better inform our folks. God bless. Have a great day.